Fitness Nation USA, Bodied by Jen Transformative provides a wellness journey that embraces the power of a holistic approach. Our wellness coaching services are meticulously crafted to guide you towards optimal health, blending highly plant-based nutritional suggestions, invigorating strength training, and mindful lifestyle recommendations. We believe in the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit, and our coaching is designed to nurture every facet of your well-being. When you join the nation, you will embark on a holistic wellness journey that transcends conventional approaches. Our coaching services are dedicated to guiding you towards a state of optimal well-being by harmonizing plant-based nutrition, strength training, and mindful lifestyle choices. Together, we'll unlock your body's innate potential for health and vitality, creating a foundation for a more fulfilling and balanced life. Embrace the transformative power of holistic wellness, and let's embark on this journey to nourish, strengthen, and thrive.
Hey, how are y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. How are y'all doing today? I hope your Tuesday is going well. We are back here for another show. Another Body by Jen show on a Tuesday evening. So I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you had a good Monday and a great Tuesday. The weather has been amazing here in the Nashville area, so I'm loving the 70 degrees, so I'm hoping that it's here to stay. Probably not, but I'm hoping. Anyway, today our topic is gardening, and so this is going to be Gardening 101, gardening for dummies, gardening for the beginners. And y'all know how big I am about eating whole and natural foods. And I think that we ought to start growing our own foods. I think it's something that we might have gotten away from, but I think it's something that we can do. And so today, I have a guest on today that's gonna be sharing with us how to get that started and giving us some tips and some tricks and just showing you just how easy it is to start growing your own food so that you can be in control of what's going into your mouth and into your body. But before we get started, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna be back to get into Gardening 101. Be right back.
Are you looking for a way to successfully advertise your business or ministry? Look no further than North Nashville's online TV station. Our platform gives you the opportunity to showcase your business or ministry to a wide range of viewers. With our advertising service, you get access to creative professionals who can help spread your message and reach potential customers in a cost-effective manner. We understand the importance of creating an impactful advertisement, and we are committed to helping you achieve your goals. Are you looking to watch some of your favorite family TV shows like The Dick Van Dyke?
The Dick Van Dyke Show. Starring Dick Van Dyke.
Lucy?
The Lucy Show.
The Cosby Show and more? Look no more. With our service, you can instantly access hundreds of classic family TV shows. Plus, you can watch them anytime and anywhere.
Oh, hello. Okay, now we are back. So, I'm real big on taking notes. So, go get you a pad and a pencil and take some notes. Get you a notebook, a piece of paper, something to scribble on, because you're going to get some information today that I am promising you is going to be information you want to keep handy and that you are definitely going to be able to utilize. I want to introduce to you all my very good friend, Christy. Christy, say your last name, please.
Biglio.
Biglio.
Christy Biglio.
See, I was gonna mess it up, so I said I'm gonna let her say it. Christy Biglio. Christy, I met Christy at my boot camp class, and then the walking run class after that. And the walking run class, we would talk a lot about gardening, and Christy was sharing me what she was doing and her gardening tips and what she was growing, and I was so jealous. All right, I'm just gonna tell you, Christy, I was really, really jealous. I'm like, dang, she's growing all this stuff. But then I happened to run into her a couple weeks ago back at the gym, and I was like, she can give us information. I've been looking for someone that can share practical information on getting a garden started. Not a farm, just a garden. Just something that we can start growing at home and eating from it. So my goal when I started my garden was to just make my own salad out of the pots and the stuff that I grew. You know, I was like, I just want to make my own salad. So anyway, so Christy, we're going to just kind of take this really slow because this is series 1. We're going to do these in series because I think it's a lot of information for people to take away all in one 45-minute to an hour session. So we're going to start out with Gardening 101. So take it away. Give us some start. Where do we start? Because for that person that says, you know what, Jen, you are right. I do need to grow my own food, and I want to grow my own food, but where do I start? I don't even know what to do. Or they might think they know what to do, but then they'll go do, like me, I'll go buy some dirt in a pot and then wait a while and then nothing shows up. Right. Or I got all these leafy green stuff, but no fruit bearing. So anyway, so give us a kind of a synopsis from the beginning to getting started, because we're going to do a couple of series, y'all. So this is number 1, getting started. So write it down, getting started. And she's going to give you some to-dos.
101.
Right, some to-dos for between now and the next time we come back together, which will be probably in the next 3 to anywhere between within the next month. Okay. So what do we do? What do we do, Christy?
So I'm going to start off by saying that you should not be scared to start your own garden. This is not, we're not farming for the whole neighborhood. This is just learning how to sustainably make your salads and have your herbs and be able to walk out into your backyard or your back patio here in a month or two and actually pick your own produce and know exactly what's, been around it and where it came from, so that you can feel good about the choices that you're making.
Awesome.
Briefly, I was in Nashville my whole life. I never had an interest in gardening. And then in 2015, my husband and I moved to Ashland City, and my neighbors actually were big time farmers. So they grew tomato plants, all kinds of plants, sold them. And I was kind of curious. And it has just grown from the past 9-10 years.
Wow.
Watching them, I started with little potted plants, and now I grow 14 different types of tomatoes,
wow,
zucchini, fruits, berries, all of that.
Wow.
So this is going to get us with that starting point. You can get your feet wet, and anybody can do this.
Cool.
So there's 2 ways to go about starting your garden.
Okay.
First, you got to figure out, what do you want to grow? If you don't like zucchini, don't grow zucchini.
Right. Right. Because you're just going to have some fruit that's going to not get eaten up, right?
Yeah. I mean, unless you have neighbors maybe that want to have some zucchini, you can, trade out. We actually do that some now as well. But I would say, sit down, decide how many people are in your family. Is it just you're feeding? Or are you feeding a family with children? Whatever that may be.
Okay.
And then decide. Let's say for your first year, we're only going to try to grow maybe 2, 5, I would say 5 max, different types of plants.
That was the question I was going to ask, because, as a startup or, and someone that's just being introduced to gardening at this point, I will call it, how many, is it best to stick with, don't go over 6 maybe?
I would say, 5 or 6 I think is a perfect thing, because not every year everything is going to grow perfect.
Okay.
It really just depends. So you've got 2 options from that point. You decide that you're going to grow tomatoes, cucumbers, some herbs, maybe some squash, zucchini, and cantaloupe.
Okay.
You can either wait and go to Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever, buy them once they hit, 4 or 5 inches in the little pots. We've done that, but we never have gotten the success that you can get from growing from seed.
You are kidding me.
So, yeah.
Really? So you have a higher success rate starting
growing?
with seed than it does from buying
Yes.
the pre-grown plants at the nursery
Yes.
or okay.
Now they're also growing them from seed, but it's so mass produced that you
Mm-hmm.
don't really know what all they're putting in the dirt.
Right.
So it seems overwhelming to start from seed, but it's really not that hard.
Okay.
So in the Tennessee area where we live, we always say that the last frost is usually around April 15th, so tax day.
Okay.
So you don't want to put anything in the ground until at least April 15th.
Okay.
So the fact that we're doing this podcast today is perfect timing because we are just enough time out. We're about 10 weeks out.
Okay.
So six to 10 weeks, just depending.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start seeding. So some people think that you should just go get the seeds out of the produce that you buy, and you can do that.
Okay.
But a lot of times, because they are so mass produced, they're not going to grow any fruit. They won't bear fruit. So
okay.
you'll get a pretty plant. I don't know how you did your garden in years past on the patio, but a lot of times that's an issue that comes up. So you can buy seeds at Walmart. You can order them online. I'm sure Amazon probably has everything you need to start your garden. But you just need to get a pack of those seeds for whatever it is that you're going to plant.
Okay.
So you're going to need to get seeds. You're going to get some little boxes. You can use egg cartons to start it. You can use Tupperware, whatever you got. This doesn't have to be an expensive thing.
What about ice trays?
That works. Yep,
that
that's
works,
perfect.
Because it's got the little squares or the little sections.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's perfect. You don't want to make this a thing where you've got to spend a ton of money. It is as simple as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to get whatever you're going to plant your seeds in, your seeds, and then you need to make sure that you have somewhere warm for them to be, because through this seeding process, it's got to stay between about 65 and 70 degrees.
Okay.
So I am fortunate enough we have a greenhouse, but you don't have to have a greenhouse. If you have a window seal and you have some saran wrap, you can create that environment that you need. So very, very simple.
So should you have your container or whatever you're going to put your seeds in. So if you don't have a greenhouse, so once you put the dirt and the seed in your, like for in this instance, maybe I'll just say our egg carton. All right. So we got dirt and seed, and I don't have a greenhouse. So do I put the saran wrap over top of it?
You will. Now, first, this is a huge thing, and a lot of people don't know this. So let's say you're going to seed this weekend. You need to go out tomorrow or Thursday, and you need to get some potting soil and compost if you want, or you can just use potting soil.
Okay.
And you need to actually put it in a box or open it and kind of let it air out. Because when you buy potting soil in a bag, it's so wet and has so much moisture, actually cause your seed to drown.
Oh,
so,
okay. Did y'all hear that?
Yes, that is the biggest tip I can give you. So let your soil dry out, because it will form mold and actually destroy the seed.
Oh, wow. That was an eye-opener for me. Because, okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. I'm switching gears just a little bit. So whenever you're using any type of potting soil for even plants, you should do that?
You don't have to do it once the plant has sprouted leaves.
Okay.
Because it's stronger, it can take it. But when you're working with the little seedlings, it's such a gentle process that if they have too much water content in that soil, it's gonna kill them.
Okay.
And they're not gonna grow.
Okay. Good to know. All right.
Yes,
I'm excited.
That's like the little secret that we've learned over the past few years.
Okay, so go get your soil, air it out. So do you just open the bag and just let it, or do we take it out of the bag?
If you don't have a lot of space, just open the bag, kind of let it air out. At nighttime when you get home from work, maybe shovel it around, let some from the bottom come up to the top.
Okay.
If you have the ability to put it into a box or a Rubbermaid container or whatever, obviously that's going to help as well. We just want to try to get some of that moisture to come out of the soil.
Okay.
So.
All right, and one more soil question.
Yeah.
Because So we need to get potting soil, not
Yes.
not anything else, like not mulch.
No. Now, if you have the ability to get compost,
Mm-hmm.
you can do that. Um, we can do a whole nother segment on how to compost.
Okay. Yeah, we
Um,
will. We will. Absolutely.
but yeah, but most of the time, if you just go by whatever brand you want, if you want fertilizers in it, like a Miracle Grow, then that's fine. If you want to stay more of an organic way, you can pick something that's a little bit less, has less ingredients in it.
Okay.
But just any good potting soil. And once you have that dried out and you've got your containers that you're going to put your seeds in,
Mm-hmm.
it's super simple. You are putting a seed into your little containers. If you don't have spacers, or if you don't have something like an egg carton,
Mm-hmm.
then you're just spacing them out about an inch apart.
Okay. So one seed per one seed, not
You seed,
one
seed
or
about every inch, about that far away.
okay. Okay. So just one. Just one.
Mhm.
Not like 4.
Nope.
Cause then I'm an overachiever.
I am too. I always thought, well, if one of them dies, I've got 3 more chances.
Right,
But
that's what I'm thinking.
I have learned that they end up just strangling each other, and it's just a mess.
Okay.
So we don't want to do that.
Okay, so one seed per y'all listen, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's like I'm just gonna.
I've done it.
I'm just gonna put 6 seeds in here. One's gonna take, the other one's gonna, So okay, but one seed per section, and so still staying in the vein of that question, is if we're gonna do a pack of seeds, and like for instance, if I'm growing, I want to do tomatoes, because most of us will do tomatoes. Will we do in an egg carton that has 12 little sections? Will we do,
You'll do
12 in that one carton? Okay. All right.
And I would say you want to plan on doing, if you think that you're going to have room to do, let's say 5 or 6 tomato plants, then let's double it. Let's do 12 seeds, because there's sometimes they're just not going to grow.
Mm-hmm.
That way we've got plenty.
Okay.
So let's say you got your tomatoes, you've got them in your egg carton. You're going to put like a teaspoon of dirt or soil in there. Drop your seed in there,
Mm-hmm.
a teaspoon or 2
Okay.
of your soil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do say go to the Dollar Tree or somewhere cheap and get you a spray bottle.
Okay.
That is going to be my second big tip.
Tip number 2.
Yes.
Spray bottle. Number
Get you a
1.
cheap spray
Open up the
bottle,
soil. Number
and you
2.
are going to lightly, 2 or 3 sprays on it, just to get the top of that soil just damp enough. You don't want it, soaking wet, where you think it may go all the way to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Just damp.
Mist.
And then, like I said, if you're in a greenhouse, that's luxury. You get to just set it out there and forget about it. If you're inside trying to do this, find yourself somewhere in the kitchen or a good windowsill, and you're just going to take saran wrap and cover the top of it, almost like you're covering leftovers.
Okay.
Okay. And you don't have to poke any holes or anything.
Oh, we don't have to poke holes.
No.
And so, okay, good job. All right, awesome. All right, I had another question. I forgot. It'll come back.
You're good.
I'm going to grow some stuff.
And so if you do that this weekend to maybe even into next week or so, you've got a couple weeks from here till, the second week of March, then you're going to be ready to plant come April 15th.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty exciting.
That is.
It does take 3 or 4 weeks before you see anything.
Okay.
But while you're doing that, you want to water them. You want to spray them like once in the morning, once when you get home, and even again right before you go to bed. But then you don't want to do it through the night, because that'll be too much water.
So
it's really simple.
Is it every day?
It is every day. It's every day.
Okay, so it's like having a baby. Okay.
But these plants don't talk back.
And they don't cry in the middle of the night, but if we don't water them, they won't stay alive. All right.
It's really simple, but it just seems overwhelming, but you just have fun with it.
Okay. And they need to get a lot of sunlight. So how many hours of sunlight do you think they should do? Are you recommending that they should get? Because my apartment is pretty dark. It's like really dark, and and I have a couple of windows where the sunlight comes in on one side of the apartment. I'm trying to figure out, okay, where am I going to put this stuff?
As long as they're getting about 4 or 5 hours of good sunlight throughout the day, they're going to be okay.
Okay.
If you really think this is something that's going to take off and you're going to do it consistently, then, go online and find a fluorescent light, like a heat lamp, and that's great.
Okay.
To use that, and those are relatively inexpensive as well.
All right.
So.
Okay, good. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and finish up the rest of the information that we need to get on Gardening 101 with Christy.
Are you looking for a way to successfully advertise your business or ministry? Look no further than North Nashville's online TV station. Our platform gives you the opportunity to showcase your business or ministry to a wide range of viewers. With our advertising service, you get access to creative professionals who can help spread your message and reach potential customers in a cost-effective manner. We understand the importance of creating an impactful advertisement, and we are committed to helping you achieve your goals. Are you looking to watch some of your favorite family TV shows like The Dick Van Dyke?
The Dick Van Dyke Show. Starring Dick Van Dyke.
Lucy?
The Lucy Show.
The Cosby Show and more? Look no more. With our service, you can instantly access hundreds of classic family TV shows. Plus, you can watch them anytime and anywhere.
Hey y'all, we are back. We are back to talk about Gardening 101. Gardening for the dummies, gardeners for the beginners. Sorry if I offended anybody, but if you want to get started with gardening, and I have been doing gardening for the last 2 years, and I probably have not bared enough fruit to put in the shoebox, but I'm still gonna try. So I want to, if you're just now logging in or just now getting into the program, just want to do a real brief refresher before we move forward. So Christy, if you want to just go back through and just tell our listeners, our audience, what are the things that we need to do to get started real quick.
Yeah, of course. So if you are going to venture into gardening this year and you're going to start from seed, we've got a few quick, simple steps, and it's not going to be overwhelming. It's going to be easy to do, whether you have an apartment, a home, 50 acres, or whatever. So you are going to get the seeds that you want to grow. You can get those online or at any Walmart local grocery store. You're going to get some containers that you can use, such as egg cartons or any kind of box that you can separate and put some soil in. And then you're going to go buy some gardening soil. And with that gardening soil, our big tip in the first part of the show was we're going to open that gardening soil, or the potting soil, and you're going to let it dry out for a few days before you actually go to plant, just so that we have good results with those seeds. And then if you want to, you can also get a lamp, a heat lamp, if you're going to be doing it inside and you think that you're going to continue this hobby. So once you have your seeds and all of your materials, you are going to simply put them in to whatever carton you've decided or box you've decided to use. You're going to fill it with some soil. You're going to get a spray bottle. You're going to spray it. If you have something that can stay at a consistent temperature of 65 to 70 degrees, like a greenhouse, you take it to the greenhouse. If you don't have that, which most of us don't, you're going to find a window seal inside your home, and you're going to cover it with some saran wrap, and you're just going to water it in the morning, in the late afternoon, like when you get home from work, and then right before you go to bed. And in 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to start seeing some little leaves pop out, and that's the next step. So
cool. Awesome. I'm excited. I am super excited. Y'all, I'm gonna show y'all my progress too. Y'all gonna see my progress. Yes, I am. All right, so Christy, let's go ahead and move forward with some more information, because I know you have a plethora of information that we can utilize as we move forward with getting our garden started for this year. So what else do we need to know?
I would say looking at what kind of plants that you think you're going to grow. If you like peppers, I love peppers of all varieties. I
Mm-hmm.
love like stuffed bell peppers. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be growing any kind of bell peppers, any hot peppers like jalapenos,
Mm-hmm.
hot habanero, any of those, you're going to want to do those first.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
here in Tennessee, you want to start planting after April 15th. So we need to get those seeds into the soil as quickly as possible.
Okay.
They generally do take a lot longer to actually grow. So you want to start those first, and then you want to do your tomatoes. If you're going to do tomatoes, cucumbers.
Mm-hmm.
I love squash and zucchini. That's a big one for
Me
me.
too.
That one has a quicker process. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks, where those peppers can take up to 10 weeks.
Okay.
So those can wait. You could do those, 2 or 3 weeks from now.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be a thing where you take your whole weekend to get this garden started.
Thank you.
My plan, I'm busy. I do accounting. It's tax season. So I don't have time to take a whole day to be in dirt. So this weekend, I'm going to plant my peppers in my little egg garden.
Okay.
Next week, I may do my tomatoes and cucumbers. And then that following week, I'm going to do my watermelon, my eggplant, all the fruits that I want to do.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
really quick question for you is, now, because then I think I asked you this question when we were talking, because, when you're starting out, I think it's really important that you experience some level of success, right? To kind of keep the motivation and the encouragement going. So what would be a plant or a fruit or a vegetable to grow that will render a high level of success?
I would say the smaller tomatoes. So
Okay.
your cherry, grape tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And those are one of those things that I say, if you've never planted anything, do some small tomatoes
Okay.
and herbs. So, your oregano, parsley, cilantro, any of those kind of things.
Okay.
Because they grow pretty quickly, and even me, who used to not have a green thumb at all, couldn't kill them. Like they do stay alive.
Okay,
and
good.
they do produce a lot of fruit. And those are the kind of things that you can grow them in a garden. You can grow them in a pot on your patio.
Mm-hmm.
You can grow them inside next to a window.
Okay.
So I would say a small tomato, and those are the perfect thing if you're making a salad. Just pop a couple off your plant, rinse them off, and you've grown your dinner.
Right.
So,
I love that.
Very rewarding feeling.
Okay. So you're saying the smaller tomatoes and some herbs, it would be some great things
Yes.
to consider for starters. Okay.
Yes. And if you do invest in a heat lamp, then something like your jalapenos and your smaller peppers, those are great also.
Okay.
Just know that you have to be patient, because they do take a little bit longer than your tomatoes
Okay.
and herbs.
Okay.
But I want gardening to become accessible to anybody. You don't have to, you can be in a small apartment and still grow some of your own food. Eggplant, tomatoes, watermelon, lettuce.
That was something that I wanted to talk about, was the lettuce. How easy is the lettuce to grow?
It's really easy.
Is it really?
It's super, super simple. It is one that actually will grow in a home. I'm sure you've seen commercials where they have those indoor towers that you can grow. You
Yes.
don't need that. That's just, they're great. They're beautiful, and they do produce, but you don't need that. You just need a bucket big enough to grow a head of lettuce.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you have that, you can do it. I grew so much lettuce a couple years ago, my first time doing it, that it kind of took over our garden.
Did it really? So you had salad for days. Now, what type of lettuces would that have been? Was it romaine?
I've done romaine. I've done just different leafy greens.
Right.
I've done kale and spinach.
Mm-hmm.
All of those.
Okay.
They're super, super simple. And I actually think when I do it this year, I'm going to do them in pots so that they can't take over the rest of my garden.
So to kind of keep them separated out. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question about another vegetable that just from doing research and a lot of reading is potatoes.
Yes.
And I just
Now-
hear, you just kind of do it and then let them go. Now, and this is not from seed, and this is, so I know I'm kind of throwing you a curveball
No, and that's
with
okay
these questions.
though. I like to start a lot of my garden with seed, and then when we are out at different farmers markets and they have plants that have started to grow, I'm like, oh, I've never grown that. Let's see how it works.
Right.
And I've done that with potatoes. So potatoes do take a little bit more work once they're in the ground, for you to grow a lot of them. You have to get out there and shovel dirt on them. But besides that, they're relatively easy to grow.
Okay.
That's something I think I'm going to try to grow again this year as well.
Yeah, so. I had my sister in Michigan. She has her indoor garden, and she just took a potato she'd bought from the store and just put it in one of those 5-gallon tubs of, that you buy paint, or drums that you buy chemicals and stuff in. But she had one of those and she just filled it up with dirt, and she put I think it was sweet potatoes, because she liked the leaves that they produced. She thought they were really, really pretty. She didn't think she was going to produce any potatoes, so she was throwing the dirt, getting rid of the dirt and cleaning up her garage. And she had a whole mess of sweet potatoes in the dirt. I was like, oh my God, that is so awesome.
Growing them in pots is great, and if you just slowly put a little bit of dirt on them every week as you're watering them, they're going to grow up, and the next thing you know, you've got potatoes filling the whole basket or the whole container.
Wow. So. I'm doing that too. I'm going to do that too. I like potatoes. That's one of my favorites.
I don't know what the word is. I get very excited when it comes to gardening, and we don't have a ton of room, but I'm like, we have to plant 15 different things, and my husband's like, well, I'm the one that's going to have to maintain them while you're off at work.
So Tommy's like,
I just love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'm excited because becoming more knowledgeable about, or being more conscious about what I put in my body. I want to become more knowledgeable about how to grow my own food, and being as successful as possible. So I'm really thankful for this opportunity and have met you.
Yeah.
And who knew that you were in the front row of boot camp, knew that you were going to be my garden teacher.
I love to talk about it. Our food that we buy at the stores nowadays is just not what it used to be.
It's not.
And to be able to walk outside or walk out on your patio and put a meal together based around what you've grown, it is the greatest feeling in the entire world.
Fantastic.
So I'm always willing to talk about it and share.
All right. Well, I have one favor to ask. And Tommy was all in favor for this. He was all for it. Is when you plant, can you send us some pictures? And so if you're following me on Facebook, either she can send the pictures or tag me on them, and I'll reshare them. As you're going through your process, and I'm going to do the same, guys. I am going to take pictures of I'm going to start from seeds, and that's pretty, because I've always been scared, and I've always just bought the plants from the store, but maybe that's why I hadn't had as much success as I thought I should have had. And take those pictures and kind of monitor the process between now and when we come back together again. And then you can take us through, what do we do next? What's next after we get those seedlings up? And, so about 4 inches?
Honestly, they need to be about 2 to 3 inches, and then we'll go to the next step.
And then we'll go to the next step, y'all. I'm so super excited. Well, Christy, is there anything else that we need to know to get started, to get this first step, this first piece, getting our seedlings started? Is there anything else you want to share with us?
I would say just don't be afraid to try it. Okay. I used to get plants for the house and could not keep those alive to save my life. But learning how to garden and just Googling things and listening to podcasts like this one that we're doing, and just hearing different people's stories of how they got started, anybody can do this. And the more people that start gardening, the better off we're going to be.
I know. So. I agree. I so agree. Christy, I am so thankful and so grateful for you agreeing to come on the podcast and share your experience and your knowledge and helping us get started. And I look forward to the next couple that we're going to do as we get our gardens up and going, whether they're indoors or outdoors. And just thank you. I'm so appreciative and grateful for you taking some time out of your busy schedule, y'all. She's an accountant, y'all, so it's tax time. So she is a busy lady. So I want to say I appreciate your time. I respect your time. And thank you so much. And y'all look forward. So what I need you to do is go to North Nashville TV /YOK. That's where you can watch this as many times as you need to. Like and subscribe to their newsletter. Also go to Fitness Nation USA on YouTube, where these are also uploaded, and you can watch all of the series that we have recorded thus far. I usually get those uploaded within the next 48 hours. But on either platform, please like, subscribe, and share and comment. Okay, so follow me on Facebook. I'm Jennifer Yoakley, just like you see it on the screen. You can find Christy on Facebook too, and you want to follow her in her life. I follow her. I'm all in her business all the time. But she does more than just gardening. But follow her, but definitely follow me on Facebook. And also I'm on Instagram. It's Fitness Nation US. I think it's 1988. And then, like I said, and then follow me on YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, and share. And we're gonna conclude this session. And I look forward to seeing y'all again next Tuesday. Stay tuned, because we're always gonna have an amazing topic. We're gonna be sharing information that is going to support you in living well and living your best life. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see y'all again. Peace out.